morning, everybody. It is a brand new week, the first full week of May. And in fact, today is actually May the 4th, as in Star Wars Day, as in May the 4th be with you. So today, unfortunately, I don't have any Lucas-based stories for you. I don't have any Star Wars-based stories, but I do have stories about the cosmos, about the sun and the moon and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So I do have things that are related, but maybe not really Star Wars-y. But anyway, my name is Sophie, and thank you for inviting me in today to do some stories and songs with you. And let's get started with my favorite, Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Now, of course, I know you're thinking, there's no Star Wars things in Shel Silverstein. Well, you're right. However, there are Jawas in Star Wars. And in Jawa, the Jawas are those ones that wear the little cloaks and they have the glowy eyes, and they are scrappers or collectors. They like to buy scrap metal and stuff like that, especially scrap droids, things like that. I think they might be known for sneaking them away. But I have this story in here called Hector the Collector. And take a peek at all the things that Hector is collecting. It makes me think of a Jawa. Maybe Hector's actually a Jawa inside. Hector the Collector. Hector the Collector, collecting bits of string, collected dolls with broken heads and rusted bells that would not ring, pieces out of picture puzzles, bent up nails and ice cream sticks, twists of wire, worn out tires, paper bags and broken bricks, old chipped vases, half shoelaces, Gatling guns that wouldn't shoot, leaky boats that wouldn't float, and stopped up horns that wouldn't toot. Butter knives that had no handles, copper keys that fit no locks, rings that were too small for fingers, dried up leaves and patched up socks. Worn out belts that had no buckles, electric trains that had no tracks, airplane models, broken bottles, three-legged chairs and cups with cracks. Hector the Collector loved these things with all his soul, loved them more than shining diamonds, loved them more than glistening gold. Hector called to all the people, "Come and share my treasure trunk." And all the silly, sightless people came and looked and called it junk. And that is Hector the Collector. So see, people see things differently. Somebody might think that something is a piece of junk, but you might think it's a treasure. And as long as it's a treasure to you, that's the important thing. And I do know that those Jawas love to collect. Well, let's say hello, everybody. Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you? I'm just fine today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, how about if we fly around the room like we're an X-Wing fighter? Fly around the room like an X-Wing fighter and fly around the room like an X-Wing fighter and fly around the room like an X-Wing fighter. I'm so glad to see you. Excellent. Okay, now let's see. Let's pretend we all have a lightsaber and go whoosh, whoosh. Swing your lightsaber side to side. Swing your lightsaber side to side. And swing your lightsaber side to side. I'm so glad to see you. Well, how about if we walk around the room like C-3PO, like a droid? Can we walk real stiff like a robot droid? Let's walk around the room. Walk around the room like a robot or a droid, and walk around the room like a robot or a droid. Walk around the room like a robot and a droid. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, now let me see. I'm trying to think of all of the different creatures that are in Star Wars. There's so many different ones from so many different planets. So why don't we make some funny faces like those different creatures? Here we go. Make a funny face, as funny as you can. Make a funny face, as funny as you can. I'm so glad to see you. I was trying to do that fish face guy in the middle there. Ooh. I always liked him, the one with the eyes on the side of his head. Okay, let's wave hello, everybody. Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you? I'm just fine today. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad to see you all on the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. I wish I had a lightsaber of my own right now. Well, I'd like to start with a story that is not about a Star Wars character, but is about the moon. And this story is called Imani's Moon. This is another epic book. So thankful to Epic because they're helping me to expand my library. So this is Imani's Moon by Janay Brown Wood and illustrations by Hazell Mitchell. Wait till you see Imani. She's so cute. Imani's Moon, Janay Brown Wood with illustrations by Hazell Mitchell. To those who dream big and aim high, and for Ashley, for all the courage, and for Lizzie. I always love to see who these stories are dedicated to. Emani was the smallest child in her village. Oh, look at tiny Imani, the other children teased. She's no higher than a lion cub's knee. Careful, careful, they'd call to her. Don't let the meerkat stomp on your head. Oh, sometimes people could be a little bit mean. Meanie Imani, you'll never accomplish anything. Day in and day out, the children teased her, and Imani began to believe them. Oh, look at poor little Imani. See that little goat? That goat kind of looks like a little dog. I have a friend who has a dog named Frangelica. I wonder if that little goat's name is Frangelica. Every night, Imani's mama lifted her spirits with stories. That night, Mama told her of Olapa, the goddess of the moon, who fought a great battle against the gods of the sun and triumphed. Do you think I could do something like Olapa? Asked Imani. I do, answered Mama. Mama and Imani are beautiful, aren't they? Oh, look, there you can see Olapa and the sun god fighting. Even something like touch the moon? Even that, said Mama. But it is you who must believe. Mama kissed her on the forehead. Usiku mumwea. Good night, Imani. Good night, Mama. No, I must apologize. I might have said that the wrong way, but gave it my best shot. That night, Olapa and Imani battled side by side in Imani's dream. Together they protected the people of Earth from danger, flew through the sky, and guarded the moon. Imani stood tall and brave on the moon, with Olapa beside her. The next morning, Imani awoke, inspired to do something great. Today, she told herself, I will touch the moon. Later that day, Imani made her way through the village. Look, it's Imani the ant, called one of the teasing children. Oh, where are you off to? Teased another. Going to catch a ride on a beetle's back? I am going to touch the moon, answered Imani. The children laughed and followed her. As the moon grew brighter in the late day sky, Imani began to climb the tallest tree. The bark scraped her small hands and legs. On a branch above, Nyoka, the snake, appeared. "What's going on?" he hissed. "I am going to touch the moon," answered Imani. "That's impossible," Nyoka jeered. "It's much too high." Imani climbed on. As she got higher and higher, climbing became harder and harder. She's very brave, isn't she? She stretched herself to reach the next branch, but lost her footing and fell to the ground with a thump. Maybe I won't touch the moon," she sighed. Thank goodness she was safe, huh? That night, Mama told Imani about Anansi, the small spider who captured a snake to gain the name for himself. "Mama, do you believe that a spider so small and weak could really capture a snake so long and quick?" Imani asked. "I do," answered Mama. "Even if no one else believes it?" Imani asked. "A challenge is only impossible until someone accomplishes it," Mama said. "Imani, it is only you who must believe." Imani drifted to sleep and dreamed that she climbed to the top of the highest tree in her village, captured a snake, and made a name for herself. Wait till you see this snake. There's the snake. And that's Anansi, the little spider. The next day, Imani searched the village and gathered twigs, leaves, sticks, berries, and ropes. And then she headed back to the tallest tree, sat down, and got to work. "What's Imani the Tiny up to today?" teased the children. "I'm going to touch the moon," Imani answered. Wonder what she's going to make. As the moon began to appear, Imani pulled her creation onto her arms. She spread her arms out wide and sprinted past the tallest tree as quickly as she could. Do you see what Imani made? She made herself a set of wings. Imani's wings caught a gust of wind, and she soared as high as the treetops. "What are you doing up there?" asked Sakwi, the chimpanzee, confused to see a human flying. "I'm going to touch the moon," Imani called. "You can't do that. Give up," mocked Sakwi. Imani flew on. Then suddenly a strong burst of wind, too mighty for her delicate wings, sent her sailing into the tree with a crash. The children laughed and laughed and left her behind. "I give up," she sighed. Heading back home, Imani heard her village gathered in celebration. The young warriors were performing the adumu, a jumping dance. Over and over again, the warriors jumped high into the sky, their heads caressing the clouds. Cheers and chants rang from the proud villagers. One of the warriors jumped higher than any of the others. This warrior seemed to fly. Imani could not look away. She cheered the loudest for him. Can you see the warriors jumping? After the celebration, Mama and Imani returned home. Too tired for a story, Imani went straight to sleep. Her dreams danced with visions of Adumu, the cheers and chants of her tribe still echoing in her head. When morning broke, Imani went to the tallest tree. The teasing children followed. "She's going to climb the tree again," they hollered. But instead, Imani jumped. One jump, two jumps, three. Each jump took her higher and higher and higher. Imani jumped all day. As the sky grew darker, Bundi the owl flew by. "Hoo-hoo, what are you doing?" he asked. "I am going to touch the moon," Imani answered. "Hoo-hoo, don't fool yourself. You-hoo won't make it," hooted Bundi. But Imani jumped again, and her body grew tired, but her legs ached and her feet throbbed, and the children continued to taunt. But like a warrior, she jumped higher with each jump before. In her mind, she could only hear the children's cheers and chants of her proud village. She could see only herself as one of the warriors rising from the earth, and she kept her eyes on the moon above and felt herself getting closer. And when a final push of her legs, Imani jumped once more. Oh, look. And soaring through the night sky, she landed on the face of the moon. "Olapa!" Imani called. "I'm here! I am Imani, and I have made it to the moon!" "So you have," said a voice in the wind. "Welcome." Imani clapped, she laughed, she sang, she rolled in the moon dust and danced with excitement. And as she celebrated, she noticed something shiny. That beautiful moon. She picked up the thing that dazzled her eyes and turned it over in her hands. It was a small round moon rock, her own tiny moon. "A gift for you, Imani the Great," said the voice. "Thank you, goddess of the moon," Imani smiled. Feeling lighter than ever before, Imani jumped one last time and floated from the moon toward the waiting earth. Down from the sky came Imani, the small girl with the small moon in her hand. All was quiet. No one taunted or hissed or mocked or hooted. Look, it's Mama waiting for her. That night, Imani called to her mama. "Can I tell you a story tonight?" she asked. "Which one?" asked Mama. "It is the tale of the girl who touched the moon." Mama listened as Imani told her story. "Where did you hear such a tale?" asked Mama. Imani opened her hands and revealed the glowing moon rock, so small and beautiful. "It is my story, Mama," said Imani. "I am the girl who touched the moon and was welcomed by Olapa. I am the one who believed." And that is the story of Imani and Imani's moon. Isn't that beautiful? I love the fact that Imani believed in herself even though she was very, very tiny. Let's sing a song about the moon. It goes like this. "Oh, Mr. Moon, moon, bright and shiny moon, shine all over me. Oh, Mr. Moon, moon, bright and silvery moon, please shine down on me. I like to ramble, I like to roam, but I like to find my way back home. So, Mr. Moon, moon, bright and silvery moon, please shine down on me." Well, that was Imani's moon. How about if we sing about the sun? "Oh, Mr. Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please don't hide from me. The little children are asking you to please come out, so they can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me." Let's try that one more time. The little children are asking you to please come out so they can play with you. There we go. Oh, Mr. Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. That's a song that my grandpop used to sing to me, but he only used to sing me that first little part. So I actually didn't know the second part. So apologies for not knowing all the words right there. Well, I want to read to you from a storybook called Crocodile, Crocodile, Stories Told from Around the World. And this is by Barbara Baumgartner with illustrations by Judith Moffatt. And if you've been coming to Storytime, you know that this is one of the books I've been reading from. And I love this book because the pictures are all made out of paper that have been photographed. Now, this is called How the Chipmunk Got His Stripes. And it's a Native American legend. The Seneca Indians say that long, long ago, the chipmunk did not have stripes. His fur was just plain brown. One day, the big bear, Enyugwe, to the Seneca people, was trampling through the forest, roaring, "I am the strongest! I am the greatest!" Jahuquis, the little chipmunk, spoke up.
"Oh, who says? Who said that? Who says they're the greatest?"
Ngaiwe said, "I'm that! I'm the strongest! I'm the greatest!" Jahuquis said,
"I don't think you're so great."
Then Ngaiwe boasted, "I am so great that I can keep the sun from coming up."
"Oh, you can't do that. Nobody can keep the sun from coming up."
Do you want to bet?" said the bear. "Just to prove how strong I am, I'll meet you here in the middle of the night. Watch and see. I'll keep the sun from coming up." So the two animals met at that place in the middle of the night, and Yugwe paced back and forth, chanting, "I'm the strongest. I'm the greatest. Sun, don't come up. Sun, don't come up." Every now and then, Jahuquis would say,
"You're not the greatest. Nobody can keep the sun from coming up."
Finally, the eastern sky began to glow with a light from the sun. Yugwe started shouting, "Sun, don't come up! Sun, don't come up!" Let me show you the picture here. There's the sun, and then there's Yugwe, and he is telling that little chipmunk it's not going to come up. As the sun rose over the horizon, Jahuquis laughed and laughed.
"See, you're not the strongest."
And Yugwe felt so angry that he started chasing Jahuquis. The little chipmunk ran as fast as he could, and Yugwe was getting closer and closer. Suddenly, Jahuquis came to his hole, but just as he started to run down his hole, the bear's claws scraped down his back, leaving dark stripes. And that is why the chipmunk wears them to this day. There you go. There you can see he's placing those stripes right down his back. And that's the story of how the chipmunk got his stripes. And let me say these names for you one more time, because I did not get them right all the way through the story. Sometimes it's hard with names that are very strange, like Jawa and things like that from Star Wars. Enyugwe is the name of the bear, Enyugwe, and Jahuquis is the name of the chipmunk, Jahuquis and Enyugwe. Well, there's a song called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And once again, I didn't know that it had a second verse. I don't know, maybe you did know that, but I didn't. So I thought, let's sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now that's the ones that everybody knows, right? But there's another verse. Did you know this? It goes like this. When I go to sleep at night, thanks for keeping me inside. Please keep watch upon the earth. Keep it safe till morning's birth. Twinkle, twinkle, little Do you know that verse? I didn't know that verse. That's what's fun about Storytime. I get to learn new things all the time. Let's sing Twinkle, Twinkle together. And if you know, you can do the hand motions. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Well, there you have it. Well, I have one last little story that I'd like to share for you. And this is now in Star Wars, there are emperors, right? This is not about an emperor, this is about a king. And it's from A. Milne's When We Were Very Young, with decorations by Ernest H. Shepard. And it is called If I Were King. Let me show you that little picture there. I know these pictures are always very small, but there you can see Christopher Robin dressed up as a king with many of his little toys as his subjects. I often wish I were a king, and then I could do anything. If only I were king of Spain, I'd take my hat off in the rain. If only I were king of France, I wouldn't brush my hair for my aunts. I think if I were the king of Greece, I'd push things off the mantelpiece. If I were the king of Norway, I'd ask an elephant to stay. If I were the king of Babylon, I'd leave my button gloves undone. If I were the king of Timbuktu, I'd think of lovely things to do. And if I were the king of anything, I'd tell the soldiers, I am king. So there you have it. If I Were King, from A. Milne's When We Were Very Young. Well, everybody, can you believe it's already the end of Storytime? I can't. It goes by so fast. Like Luke and Han flying through, whoosh. They go through one of those time travel things where they go really, really fast. That's what it felt like today. You can tell I don't know a whole lot about Star Wars, can't you? But I'm still going to say, may the 4th be with you, and say goodbye. So I'm going to say goodbye to all of you for today, but I hope that you'll join me tomorrow for more Story Times, because tomorrow is Tuesday, and I think I'm going to make it Train Tuesday. So if you like trains, toot toot, come join me tomorrow. Well, goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, Helen. Goodbye, Isabella. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Francine. Goodbye, Ollie. Goodbye, Frangelica. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Maya. Goodbye, JC. Goodbye, Delilah. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Madeline. Goodbye, Eli. Goodbye, Lily. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Charlotte. Goodbye, Cedric. Goodbye, Jocelyn. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Connor. Goodbye, Katana. Goodbye, Bella and Tara. I'll see you all next time. Well, everybody, may the 4th be with you. Let's give everybody a high five. There's one, and there's one. And I think because it's the beginning of the week, we need a big hug to get us started, don't you think? So take your right hand, put it on your left shoulder. Take your left hand, put it on your right shoulder, and squeeze really tight. That's a big May the 4th be with you hug from me to you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.